Hello friends, how are you? First of all, really sorry, I apologize that I couldn't be here for last week's Q&A video, but I think Abid did a pretty good job last week. I was actually traveling to sort of test the Xiaomi 12s Ultra, and we've already put two very cool videos on our Hindi channel, so you can go and check those videos out if you want to know about that particular smartphone. But here I am back again for yet another Q&A session. So in case you have any other question about technology, apps, gadgets, just go to the comments box, use the hashtag Let's Get Techie, and I'll take up those questions in next week's video. Now let's start today's video. The first question that I have today, and no points for guessing, is about the iPhone 14. The question is from Ashwat Nandgawali that as per rumors, there is going to be no difference between iPhone 13 and iPhone 14 in terms of specs. Yes, Ashwat, that's right. I mean, that's what we are hearing at this moment, that all these leaks and rumors that are coming out that iPhone 14 is going to be very similar to iPhone 13 in terms of the features and specs. A couple of things that I expect. One is, I think the design, for sure they're going to make some tweaks. Maybe not as much, but you will see there's be some difference in terms of design, especially the notch. I mean, there's a lot of conversation around the notch, and finally Apple might take that away and replace it with that hole punch cutout and the pill-shaped notch that we are already seeing in all those leaked renders. Second thing is that I somewhat feel that Apple might actually extend that ProMotion display, the 120Hz display, on the standard iPhone 14 model this year as well, because last year we saw that on the Pro models. And I mean, how usually things are with Apple, it eventually extends the premium features to the standard model as well. So those are the two changes that I'm expecting. Apart from that, yes, we are hearing that the chipset is going to be the same, and more or less the other features are also going to be the same. But then let's wait for September 7 and let's see what Apple has in store for us. The next question is from Jitendra Kumar. Is there any information about launch of 5G in Odisha and which cities of it? As of there is no information, Jitendra, sadly. The first list that has come out of 13 cities where the government plans to roll out 5G in the first phase, there is no city from Odisha there. So I think you will have to wait for a while. But I don't think the wait is going to be very long, because what they're saying is that by the end of this year, they'll extend 5G from 13 to 50 cities. So I'm sure some city from Odisha will definitely be part of that upgraded list. Next question is from Vishal Giri. And he said that if Xiaomi 12 Pro had a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chip, it would have been the perfect phone for everything. अब उस टाइम तो आया नहीं था. Unfortunately, when they launched the Xiaomi 12 Pro, Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 was the latest flagship chip, and that's what they used. And I agree with you, because there are issues with Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. It's not a very well optimized chipset as well. So we have seen a lot of heating issues as well. I did my review where I faced that. Imam has done a comparison on our Hindi channel right now with the OnePlus 10 Pro. He also faced some of these issues. And in general, what I'm seeing is that the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is a far better optimized chip. But I'm sure Xiaomi will definitely launch a phone with that chipset as well in India, and I think it's going to have similar set of cameras, especially now with the Leica partnership. There are going to be more opportunities in terms of what the camera can do. Asif Saifi has a very interesting point of view, and he's saying that if iPhone is made in India, it will be expensive, and I'm not sure how and why, because see, if you are actually assembling the phone here, you are saving a lot of cost. We've already seen that the iPhone 12 and 13 are being assembled in India, and this time what Apple is saying that it's going to start the production in India almost at the same time as China. So I mean, you will not see an immediate effect on the price, not in like a year or two, but in the long run, maybe let's say after 3 or 4 years, if Apple keeps sort of producing these phones in India, you will see that the India prices will be more or less similar as the US pricing. Right now the gap is a lot. If a phone is launched in the US for rupees 70,000, it comes here at 85,000. So maybe they will sort of narrow down the gap if more and more iPhones are made in India. Parvez's question is that Xiaomi 12s Ultra is a good phone for camera lovers, but when is it coming to India? Now, unfortunately, Parvez, I would also want to see this phone launching in India, but I don't think Xiaomi is going to do that. There is no official confirmation on this. They are still considering the possibility of launching this phone in India, but there are a couple of factors because of which I feel they might not. I mean, first of all, you have to understand that the China price of this phone, if you do a direct conversion, it comes about to be 85,000 rupees. And if Xiaomi actually brings the phone to India, if you also factor in all the duties and taxes, the price may cross 90,000 rupees. And for Xiaomi to sell a phone at 90,000 rupees right now is tough, let's be honest. The market perception in general is that Xiaomi is known for its affordable phones, even though it's been doing fairly well in the premium category. But people might not be willing to, sort of spend 90,000 rupees on a Xiaomi phone. You let me know, in fact, would you spend 90,000 rupees on a Xiaomi phone? So that's one of the reasons why it might not launch the Xiaomi 12S Ultra here. Also, what they did with the Mi 11 Ultra last year, they announced the phone, but then they faced a lot of problems bringing it to India. There was a delay of a couple of months and it didn't work out well for the brand. So because of these reasons, they might skip this one. But that also means that you can expect this Leica partnership to be extended on some other Xiaomi smartphone for the Indian market, which might be priced a little more aggressively than the Xiaomi 12S Ultra. So guys, these were the questions that I had for today's video. I hope you find these answers useful. Keep putting in more questions. Use the hashtag Let's Get Techie. I'll take them up in next week's video.